Alright. Here we go. Hi, AJ. Today is the 13th. Thursday the 13th. Hello, hello, hello. Oh my gosh, where'd my voice go? Scott, I'm so sorry. I totally meant to text you before this because I didn't know what your timeline looked for this morning. I hope you have an amazing day. I cannot wait to hear all about it later. I can't wait. And I apologize. I meant to text you before. Alright. Here we go. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Welcome to the Old Gods Meadery. I make mead every single week. Every single Saturday, I come out with a brand new batch of mead. In addition to that, every Wednesday, I go live to show you different stuff of the mead making process live. Last night, we bottled this lemon blueberry mead. It's all right. 900 hours. 900 hours. I can't wait to hear all about it. Welcome to the Old Gods Meadery. We're sipping some coffee this morning. Talking about last night's live. If you missed it, sorry, it won't let me repost it. I tried immediately last night. I tried twice, maybe an hour after I closed the live off, and I've tried it like 5 times this morning. So, sorry about that. Sorry about that. Good morning, Dennis. Dennis is up early today. It should be a lot of fun, though. Yeah, sorry. Couldn't post it. I'll try again later, but my expectations are and my hopes are very low at this point. For those of you who don't know, I go live every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, to show you a different step of the mead making process live. Last night we bottled lemon blueberry mead, and I wanted to repost that portion of the video. I designed the whole live so I can do it and separate it, and yeah, TikTok will not allow me to download that video. It's giving me another processing error as usual, which is bizarre because I did a live spontaneously yesterday afternoon. That one was okay. Downloaded the first time I tried it, worked fine. So I don't know. It's a conspiracy, and I'm okay. I'm okay. Mead is growing in popularity, so it is the most ancient alcoholic beverage in the world. It's older than beer and older than wine. However, it's not as popular. But it will be. That's why we're here. Mead is incredibly easy to make. I make all of this stuff in a way that you can make it at home. And yeah, I pride myself on doing the most simplistic fashion I can. I would say if you go to Total Wines have a big variety of meads now. Probably, I don't know, a dozen, 20 different meads. My local liquor store actually has a back end cap because we have a couple of meaderies that are within driving distance. The most famous mead you'll ever see is probably this one. It's the most popular commercial mead. This is Viking's Blood from Dankst. They're out of Denmark, so you can't order those online. I can tell you, though, next best thing, if you jump in the Discord, there's a link up in my profile, which has not been tested yet. And there's a link in Scott's, who is the creator of... Oh, flip the screen. Thank you, Dennis. There's a... Good call. It wasn't Scott this time. If you go to Scott, he's the creator of the Discord. It's for mead makers of every skill level. You can go and learn everything there is about mead, behind-the-scenes pictures, ingredients, recipes. He has an equipment list on there so you can kind of see what you need. But there's also a commercial channel on there, so you can order from meaderies that we've heard about from all over the country and get mead shipped straight to your house. So you'll have to pay shipping, and you have to be 21. I think you have to sign stuff if you do it. But it's a way to get mead shipped directly to your house if you don't have anything local. I would challenge, though, meaderies are growing by about 60% year over year in the United States. So it's not a huge margin, but they are growing, and you might have one within driving distance you just don't know about. Yeah, my favorite is Linganore. This is one. This one you can order from their website. This is Linganore Wine Cellars. They make a tremendous amount of awesome wines. If you like wine, they make one mead. This one, medieval mead. It's like $15 a bottle. You cannot beat it. It's fantastic. It's semi-sweet to sweet mead, but it's a good representation of what a traditional mead is. Gypsy Circus. Only local one, though. Oh. I wonder if they have a website. I'm curious. Gypsy Circus. I'm going to look that up. Uh-huh. There is... Oh, they make ciders, too. All right. All right. All right. I'm really intrigued now. Yep. Here comes the rabbit hole. Yeah. All right. It will likely get added to the list. If it looks pretty cool though. Mead and cider. Yeah, their stuff looks legit, like super legit. I'm definitely gonna check it out. I appreciate that. Welcome to the old God's Meadery. I am so excited. Last night you saw the lemon blueberry mead. We bottled this. It's beautiful. Look at it. It's beautiful. But this Saturday, the most manly mead you're ever gonna see ever. You will have never seen a manly mead like this one. You will never see another one like it in your lifetime. I will never be able to top this one. This is the most manly mead you can get. Challenge accepted. I can't wait to show you though. And easy. It's going to be a little bit longer video. There's some extra steps. But it's going to be worth it. You're going to love it. So that'll be out first thing Saturday morning. Is it made from steaks? I'm not giving you any hints at all because let's just say we were talking about it. I was just saying the same stuff last night on the live. And there may have been some pretty close guesses. And I am not going to, reveal anything. You have to come back Saturday. It'll be up by the time you wake up Saturday morning. And I'm really excited about it. It has been a process. It's been a little stressful behind the scenes because I want it to be perfect. And I think we're there. Jump in. It's going to be awesome. Give me a follow if you don't already. I make mead every week. Every single Saturday, I make a brand new batch of mead. I've never replicated the recipes. I have never missed a Saturday. Batch 120 is your Father's Day mead. The most manly mead you're ever going to see coming out this Saturday. It's going to be awesome. And then the week after that, so a week from this Saturday, I'm going to show you my Norway-inspired mead. That's going to be a lot of fun. Back to the roots. And then we got 3 weeks in a row the United States. I'm going to show you. Let me see. Let me make sure I have the order right. So I'm going to show you my July 4th mead first. That's going to be the first mead. It's pretty cool. It's something I've never done before, and it was an idea that was given to me from another creator, so I can't wait to start talking about it. And then the last color category I'm going to do, at least I'm going to archive that whole series, but I'm going to make a color mead. If you don't know, I've been making about one of those a month. The most successful one is this blue spirulina mead. It's pretty cool. But I'm going to do the last color mead out of the category, and it is in relation to the United States, so stay tuned. And then we're going to wrap up that whole series with the United States mead. It's a nice humbled mead. That's pretty cool. It's going to remind us of summer and what we do as, patriots. So stay tuned. And then I'm starting off a whole new series. I will still be making a mead every single Saturday, but it's going to be under a brand new schedule, and I cannot wait to show you guys some of the stuff. I am going to be doing the 13 Colonies series, so I'm going to start that off with Virginia. It's going to be really awesome. That's going to be late July. I'm going to do one mead per original 13 states. Some of them are going to be ingredients and palettes that were common in the founders. Some of them are going to be more modern stereotype flavors. Stay tuned. I've got a lot of cool ones already in the works. I'm going to be doing a Norse Gods and Gods series, kicking off with the goddess Freya. I'm going to make one mead per god goddess, and hopefully it will be worthy and be blessed by the deities themselves. So stay tuned. Kicking that off with Freya. It's going to be awesome. And then lastly, my pop culture series, which I'm incredibly excited about. I'm going to make you a Skyrim mead. It's going to be the third week of July. It's a very simplistic version. It's ingredients that you can readily get and, make it yourself. You've seen lots of Skyrim meads. They have a bunch of recipes out there. Lots of people have replicated them. I made a very simplistic version of it so you can dummy it down, water it down, and make it yourself. And then I ran out of ideas. I need your help. I have a pin post up top called Pop Culture. I am looking for influence from anything, whether it's movies, TV shows, video games, songs, bands, whatever influences you. Put a suggestion up in those comments. If I choose your suggestion and make a mead out of it, I will tag you across the process. You will get credit for it, and I will ship you a bottle of it for free on me when it's all complete. So there's a lot of time in there. We're looking at like probably November-ish right now if I pick your mead today. But I will do it. It's important that you put a comment up there. That way I remember your screen name. I missed a lot of questions in there. I'm sorry. Ask again. Ask again if you had a question and you thought I was ignoring you. I was just on my rant. I think Dragon Ball's already in there, but put it up in the comments, up in the pin post. How many batches do I have going at once? So, usually, I have 2 in fermentation and 16 in secondary, in the clarification, just for the Saturday batches. Right now, I'm accelerating it because I also have a set of carboys for my lives that I do on Wednesdays. But I went a little too crazy with it. I made too many batches, and it rotates too slowly because I only do 1 step per week out of the 3 main steps I do. So it was tripling the time that those rotated through, if that makes sense. So I have dummied them down. And I'm going to repurpose those carboys for the Saturday batches to get a little bit further ahead. So I typically, right now, have 4 batches fermenting just for Saturdays because I'm filling those carboys up. The problem is, 4 batches, if I let it go 3 weeks, which I typically do, that really only adds 1 carboy per cycle, if that makes sense. So, we got to keep going. It makes me incredibly anxious. So, but I'm making it. I've been making mead batch 120. 120 comes out this Saturday. I've never missed a Saturday. So that's how many batches I've done, mostly successfully. You've always gotten a mead. Sometimes they've been gross. But there's always been one every Saturday. Somebody asked the average alcohol content, huh? You say. So, one of the things that I am becoming infamous for is I hate hydrometers. I own one. I use one in the background sometimes. My main goal here is to make mead as simplistic as possible. I want people to join this hobby and this amazing community. And one of the things that I stay very true to is I make this foundation recipe for a vast majority of all the meads you see. This is 1 gallon water, 3 pounds honey, 2.5 grams of yeast, and 2 grams of yeast nutrient. Every other bottle you see, for the most part, there's a couple exceptions, but for the most part, is just other ingredients added onto that same base recipe. I don't back sweeten. I don't cold crash. I add 0 chemicals. I use 0 clarifiers. I don't test alcohol limit because I think it's a complicated procedure, and it's just not what I want to do here. And they're stupid. They're for nerds. Because you know why? If I'm making mead commercially, I'm definitely going to need to know the alcohol content, and I'm going to want to tell you about it. I like to tell my buddies about it when I test it, so it's a conversation piece. But if I tell them or if I don't tell them, we're drinking the mead either way. Right? All it is a bragging thing, in my opinion. I just use time for fermentation. So I check airlocks. If the airlock is done bubbling, and I'll watch it like this for a couple minutes. If I see no activity at all, I'm going to rack it. Because it's close enough. I always airlock, as I think every mead maker does. I always airlock the secondary as well, just in case. If it wants to still ferment in there, it can. But I've never had a problem. Yeah, I mean, moonshine's cool. Like, we talk a lot about moonshine here because the question always comes up, can you distill mead? And the general consensus is, yes, you'll get some kind of brandy out of it, but we don't know anybody that's ever done it. I say the most important thing, when people ask me for advice, I try to stay very consistent with this answer. If you're just starting out or you're just thinking about starting out, the most important thing you can do is have fun. You have to find a path that works for you. Watch lots of creators, read books, check Reddit, whatever you need to do. Because as many things are in life, mead making is an art form. It's subjective. There's many different ways to do it. None of them are wrong. None of them are wrong. If you get mead at the end of it, you did it right. But there's lots of different pathways to make it right. So you have to have fun. If you don't have fun, you're not going to want to keep doing it. And it's not going to keep you into this amazing community. So have fun. That's the most important thing I can say. I don't have any fun with hydrometers. None. Zero. I don't like spinning the thing and waiting for bubbles and looking at it and going, this is stupid, and then doing math. No, not. It's for the birds. Not doing it. Yeah, I don't swirl anything either. In fact, I do the opposite. Once my bucket sits, it stays there. I don't move it until I'm ready to rack it and put it on my actual racks. Once it's racked, I don't disturb it either. It's in a nice, cool, dark corner. I don't touch it. I let everything settle. Just have fun. It's the most important thing. Join the Discord. Scott is here somewhere, but I think he's getting ready for work. There's also a link up in my link tree. Hopefully it works. If not, shoot me a direct message. I will shoot you a link to it directly if it doesn't work. But it's a great place to go. Yep, he's right there. It's a great place to go and learn everything and teach everything that you might know already. And a safe place. The second most important thing you can do if you're just starting out, find a safe place to ask questions because you're going to have questions. You're going to have a million questions. Facebook's not one of them. Don't go to Facebook and ask questions. They will chew you up, spit you out, and you will hate this hobby and the community. That is not the real community. Go to the Discord, or you can text any of us directly. You can shoot me a direct message. You can shoot Scott a direct message. He said over and over again he is here to help. He's an amazing mead maker, a master mead maker. He goes live every Tuesday, by the way, so give him a follow. But it's a safe place to go. You can ask what is yeast over there, and you're going to get a bunch of different people giving you really good answers. Nobody's going to make fun of you for not knowing things over there. Nobody. So feel free, jump in the Discord. It's a safe place to go and really enjoy this amazing hobby and ancient hobby. The oldest alcoholic beverage in the world, by far. The oldest evidence of mead is from ancient Africa over 20,000 years ago. Also, evidence in ancient China over 9,000 years ago. There's, of course, evidence in Central America and Northern Europe where the Vikings traded it and did it better than everybody else. So your ancestors drank mead. That's my point. Your ancestors drank mead. Most of you guys hear me say it over and over again. It's my favorite thing to say, though. Yeah, there's a full equipment list over there. Scott put all that together, so thanks again, Scott, forever and ever and ever. He's also a veteran. Thank you for your service, Scott. An amazing man. He's like the Justin Timberlake of the mead world. He is. The total package. Hello, welcome. If you're just jumping in, welcome to the Old Gods Meadery. It is 7:20 on the East Coast here. On a beautiful, I actually don't know if it's beautiful or not. I haven't been outside yet. Got a lot of fun packed for you though. This Saturday, the most manly mead you're ever going to see. I can't wait to show you. So excited. The new schedule's right around the corner. I'm very excited about it. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Say hello. Let me know where you're from if you're just jumping in. I'm not psychic. I can't read your mind. I hope you guys can't hear that. It sounds... I have two cats, and I love them both. It sounds like they're fighting upstairs. Good morning from Florida. I guarantee it's nicer there than it is here. Florida is on my wish list of places to, you know, retire. I'm actually going to be there in a few weeks in the Fort Lauderdale area, and I'm looking forward to it. I know that summer is really hot, especially in southern Florida. But we try to go every year for a pretty big competition that my kids are in. And, yeah, can't wait. Can't wait. I need a little relaxation. Don't worry, I'll pre-record everything for you. You will not miss a mead. I will still make a mead every Saturday. If you're really lucky, I'll do a quick live from the beach. Or the hotel bar. Either one. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the Old Gods Meadery. And Michigan in September 7th and 8th. September 7th and 8th, the Renaissance Festival takes place. We will also, after the Renaissance Festival has wrapped up, we will be having the first annual Mead Meet, where some really cool creative minds are putting their brains together in person. And I heard, I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard a little rumor, Scott's going to be drinking some pizza mead. So, live. You might see somebody vomit live. If that's not a community like strike, I don't know what is. Black cherry mead, absolutely fantastic. I love cherries, but the color you get, it must have been the most beautiful thing ever, right? Had to have been so beautiful. Live from the beach will be mean. You're right. Super dark red, yeah. I'm super jealous. I've made a couple of them cherries, and I've loved all of them, but that's a great one for a wedding. That's a really good pick. Blackberry, or black cherry, yeah. I can't wait to see yours too. It's probably already beautiful, right? Even getting a little clear. Blackberry is your favorite. So I've tried to use apples a few times. I'm very disappointed in it. I would much rather use apple juice. That's kind of my my trick to getting around it, to get that apple taste. This one actually right here, one of my favorites of all time, is my apple pie. So this is 1 gallon of apple juice. Make sure it's pure apple juice. No preservatives, no high fructose corn syrup. At the very most, you can find some now with just lemon juice, like citrus acid in it, just to help preserve it. That will be okay, because it's such a minute amount, it'll still be fine. But 1 gallon apple juice, 3 pounds honey, 2.5 grams yeast, 2 grams of yeast nutrient, and I threw in 3 cinnamon sticks. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. 15% is a good number. That's a really good number if you want to have a good time. Apples are like the only fruit that doesn't translate well, in my opinion. Of course, there's people out there that do it. Ciders are huge too. That's another growing category. So there's lots of people that do that. I find that apples are literally the only fruit that I have tried again and again that doesn't translate well. For a vast majority of the stuff, especially berries, I love to use frozen. If you use frozen, defrost it, let it come up to room temperature, it breaks down the outer membranes of the fruit itself, especially in the berries, and it just permits right into your mead. Speaking of that, this is mostly for Scott and Dennis. Did you happen to see a video from another creator talking about this very thing that we talk about a lot? Weird. It's almost like there's somebody watching. Anyway, it's just much better. It's use frozen fruit if you can, and that works for just about anything. I've done pineapple, I've done dragon fruit, I've done pears. Apples don't work. It doesn't matter. I don't know why. I don't know if I've ever done frozen peaches, to be honest with you. I don't know. I have peach on my list. Like, I just need to fit it into something because I want to retry it. Because it comes up often. Peach is one of those flavors that everybody has trouble with. Ooh, chili peppers. So, I love the idea. I've made a lot of different meads with spice in them. I've done jalapenos a few times. We just did a strawberry jalapeno on a live. I've done habanero, mango habanero. I don't like spicy drinks. I don't like them. It doesn't make sense to me. My brain says that's not right. That's the only way I can explain it. It just doesn't make sense. Oh, well, thank you, YouTube. Mr. Panda. It's good to see you. Good morning. But yeah, it doesn't make sense in my brain. I want drinks to, like, I don't know, be refreshing maybe? I don't know. If you have a question, I will do my best to answer. If I don't know the answer, I will find it for you. It's likely I know somebody that knows it. It's likely that they're probably here right now too. At least the first person I would ask is Scott. The second person would be Dennis. And they're both here. If you don't follow Dennis while we're waiting for your question, follow Dennis. He's an amazing mead maker. Just started, and he's super, super humble already. He's a little bashful. He's putting out awesome content. He's nervous about everything. Don't tell him I told you that, though. But he's coming out with some really great meads. And he's getting up to 1,000 followers so he can start doing lives. It's going to be awesome. Give Dennis a follow, though. His stuff is already making me, like, a little jealous. I don't want to say that to him, though. Again, don't tell him. How do you know the proof? So you're talking about alcohol content? I can run you through the process if that's what you're talking about. Again, I hate this process, though. I don't like it. So, you need two numbers, mathematical numbers, to find out the alcohol content. Alcohol weighs less than water. So that's what we're doing here. You make your mead. Before you put your yeast in it, you fill this thing up with your mead. Before you put the yeast in. Then you drop this very delicate little glass thing that's weighed at a perfect amount, called a hydrometer. Then you spin it around so all the bubbles get off of it. You wait 4.5 days or something. I don't remember how long it is. It's a few minutes probably, but it feels like days. Then you record the little number on here. Then you put your yeast in. You finish making it, and then you do that again after the fermentation process has stopped. You can use this to determine that by checking it a few days in a row. If that number hasn't moved, you know that the fermentation process has stopped. Then you take those two numbers, it's called the original gravity and the final gravity, and you put them in a mathematical equation, and it'll tell you exactly how much alcohol is in your mead. When I say exact, approximately. I don't do it. I don't do it. I don't do it. I don't like it. Turn soda into mead. So yeah, there's a creator out there that does it. You'll see him do a lot of stuff that we talk about after we talk about it. I will say, for whatever you do, don't buy any creators' mead kits. Don't do it. Don't do it. You can buy individual equipment a lot cheaper on Amazon and better quality stuff. That's all I'm saying. There's a calculator in your link tree. That's useful. I'll leave it at that. I don't like hydrometers. But, you know, I also admit a vast majority of mead makers do record their gravities. They do record their alcohol content. I know that I'm in the very, very minute minority with that. I just don't enjoy that process. And I also don't think it delivers anything for people jumping into this, cool hobby. So I always use spring water. That we talked about that pretty extensively the other day. There's a lot of different ways to do it. Scott was talking about it Tuesday on his live pretty extensively. There's lots of fancy waters out there. There's lots of cheap waters out there. I typically just buy spring water from my local grocery store. I buy gallon bottles and just translate that directly into my mead. I think Scott was talking about using Icelandic water or Scottish water. Like there's a lot of options out there. But I just use spring water. There is some science behind it. Like Renegade talking about like the alkalinity and things like that. Like I don't mess with any of that stuff. Again, it's above my pay grade. You have to have a bigger brain than mine to really grasp the chemistry behind things. You can use tap water if you want to. If you want to save the money, you can use tap water. The fermentation process will still happen unless your water is crazy pH level. If it's too acidic or basic, you probably will have some issues with the yeast. But if it's that, you probably would know it already because it's probably not great to drink. I would say you do you, boo. You can. There's many options out there. I mean, if this hobby, like I obviously spend some money on this hobby. Most of it's in equipment that I have, you can use over and over again. So it's like an investment for me. Honey is the most expensive thing in this hobby once you get going. So I'm not saying, don't throw money at stuff. If you want to make some really cool stuff, do it. I've done a few batches like with coconut water, for instance, and those are pretty expensive. It's like $25 for a gallon or something like that. So I'm not saying don't do it. I've made some expensive batches. As a matter of fact, the most manly mead you're going to see ever this Saturday is probably the most expensive batch I've ever made. This Saturday, for Father's Day, the most manly mead you're ever going to see is coming out, and it's my most expensive batch ever. Yeah, as soon as Scott mentioned that the other day, the Icelandic water, I was like, that's badass, but I'm a little ways from trying that myself. Hickory mead? So, you mean like... Scott is really familiar with this, if he has time to answer that. Putting in, like wood chips in your secondary to kind of get that aging. It's a really growing thing, a trend, and brewing across the board, not just mead. But you can put in basically the wood chips to simulate being in a barrel, and it's faster just because the surface area is much higher. But I would say stay tuned. Maybe you'll see me do something like that in early July. Hey, Yeah, the most expensive honey in the world. I saw another creator do it. I just saw this like literally the other day at Costco of all places. It comes in a little jar that comes in a nice box. Um, it's supposed to be like just this crazy, renowned, very limited during the time of year where you can harvest this honey. So maybe next year. I did recently learn about this. So but yeah, the I also have a 1 gallon barrel that I was gifted many years ago to like make your home whiskey out of, and I just use it as decoration now. I haven't used it in a long time, but I am probably gonna make some mead in it, and I just haven't done it yet. And put some mead in the secondary in it, and yeah, let it go and see what happens. Yeah. So Scott, like I said, the jack of all trades here. If there's not that stuff in the equipment list, he will add it by tonight. French oak. Ooh. That sounds exotic. Hi, Courtney. I hope you're still here. I'm sorry. I was talking. Oh, it's Rogue. You're in both places, or just there? Yeah. And those comments are old. I might have missed you. I apologize. I hope you're still here though. Hey, Scott, you might be tired by the end of the day. Don't give us promises out there. I know you're a performer, but still, never stops. Yeah, I see you. I see you. Sorry. I just naturally neglect it because it's new. YouTube is new to me. Well, YouTube is not new to me. For those of you who don't know, I'm simulcasting on YouTube as well. TikTok is where the community has always been. This is where I've loved it. I have always transposed my content over on YouTube though, but it's been like one of those like old western towns where like tumbleweeds go through. That's what YouTube has always been to me. In the light of the uncertainty of TikTok, I've made it a little bit more of a priority, and I mean, not really. I just simulcast lives there now. That's really all I do differently. Yeah, there's a lot of different wood options out there for sure. I know that because I was researching a little bit of it. Again, you might see one in the relatively near future with me. Should be a lot of fun though. Can't wait. I got to put a little twist on it. So if I do it, you're going to see something a little unique about it. See you later, Rogue. Good to see you. I'm glad you stopped by. And I'm sorry I missed you at first. I apologize. But yeah, come back this Saturday. The most manly meet ever. Most manly meet ever. I'm so excited about it. I get excited about all my batches, as you guys know. Every single one I get really excited about. This one, I might be a little bit more excited than usual, though. I put a lot of work into it. It's going to be really cool and amazing. I can't wait. Hello, welcome. If you just jumped in, let me know where you're from. Say hello. I'm not psychic. I can't read your mind. Hello. Good morning. If you don't know who I am You're a mead dummy. I make mead every single week, every single Saturday, brand new batch of mead. Never replicated a recipe, never missed a Saturday. Batch 120 comes out this Saturday. You're in the right place if you need friends. This is it. This is the best community in the whole world. You don't get better than this. Gasoline and engine grease. That's Old Spice. Maybe you're close. I don't know. We'll see. Skittles mead? I've never done Skittles. So high fructose corn syrup. I've done a couple high fructose corn syrup. My biggest failure was Fruity Pebbles mead, which you'll never find here, but you can probably find it on YouTube pretty easily. Most disgusting thing ever. So if you think, if you just walk out mentally the fermentation process, yeast eats sugars and then leaves the remaining flavor left over. And in the case of honey, that's what makes mead. In the case of high fructose corn syrup, it tastes like chemical plastic. So you have to be careful if you're going to do candy. Skittles is nothing but high fructose corn syrup. Scott, have an amazing day. If I don't talk to you before then, please text me after your day's over. It's yeah. Anyway, I have done lots of other ones though, like Jolly Ranchers still has high fructose corn syrup in it, but it translates a lot better. Let's see. I have a really cool one in the works too that you'll see very soon, like August-ish. Actually, hold on. I'll tell you exactly when. That I'm not going to tell anybody about. It's another secret one. All of them are secrets. No, I apologize. Early September. First week of September. Yeah, I've done a couple different Jolly Ranchers. Actually, I have one here. This is batch 55. This is, I just bought green Jolly Ranchers. So it didn't come out green. Well, it's got a little shade of green, I would say. And then more recently, I did an orange Jolly Rancher. If you go to Amazon, you know you can order just a single flavor, like 3 pounds worth of Jolly Ranchers. Process was easy though. It's just 1 gallon water, 3 pounds honey, 2.5 grams yeast, 2 grams of yeast nutrient. And then I took, I think, a pound of Jolly Ranchers in a gallon baggie and hit them with a rubber mallet until they were dust. And then I just dissolved that into the original primary. That easy. Pretty cool Jolly Rancher flavor at the end of it. PB and J. So I have done lots of jams. Jam is actually an incredible ingredient you can use in mead making that I think is overlooked. You have to make sure it's organic. It's natural stuff. There is a company called Nature's Recipe that makes some really good authentic jams that don't have preservatives in them. You have to make sure you use that. If you use any of the other ones with the added sugar or high fructose corn syrup, it's going to be gross. And I have done... Good morning, Bourbon Berry! I have done some peanut butter batches, but I've never done both at the same time. I've never had great success with the peanut butter either, but I will say there might be something very close, like cousin-ish related, coming your way again in September. If you guys want to learn anything about bourbon, follow Bourbon Berry. He is the master of bourbon. There's nobody on the planet that knows more than he does, and there's nobody on the planet that is more kind than he is. And that's legit. An amazing human being. Give him a follow. He's right there in the comments. So I've tried to use peanut butter powder, I want to say twice. I'll have to really dig my brain out for this one, because I've tried peanut butter in a different fashion too, but I don't recall how I did it. I'll get back to you. I have to think about that one. It was a really long time ago. It's one of my earlier flavors. I don't recall. The peanut butter powder, though, I did it with another flavor. and I don't want to talk about it, but it did not. I think the other flavor ruined it. So I'm not saying that peanut butter powder doesn't work. I think that I've seen some creators make some really good meads out of it actually. So I just didn't do it right. I just didn't do it right. Hello, welcome to the Old Gods Meadery. I make mead every single week, every single Saturday. Brand new batch of mead. This one, this coming Saturday, is for Father's Day. It is the most manly mead you will ever see, ever. And the most expensive mead I've ever made. Howdy, good morning. Chop roasted peanuts. Scott, stop texting and driving. But that's a good idea. A really good idea. Steak meat? I don't know. Somebody else has guessed that. I'm giving 0 hints. I'm giving 0 hints, Mr. Barry. Not doing it. But it's going to be manly. And, yeah, I'm not giving any hints. I almost said something. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. You have to just come back Saturday and look. On Dankst mead. So I have one right here. I like to talk about it. This is the most popular mead you'll see out there commercially. This is a company called Dankst out of Denmark. This is their Viking Blood, which is probably their most famous of 5 different flavors they do. This one is hibiscus and ginger. It's a really great introduction mead. It's sweet. It's a little expensive though, but you get what you pay for. It's semi-sweet to sweet mead. It's a little cloudy. That's why they put them in these dark bottles. But the bottles are amazing. They're ceramic. All of them have these Nordic runes. It's really hard to see on their black one. All of them are different colors. The problem is they're across the sea, so you can't get this shipped to your house unless you go through a third party like Total Wine or somewhere like that. But they're fantastic. It's a really good like introduction. They're really popular. They're cool looking. Whatever. I got my restriction notice finally. I have done a few different coffee meads. I've never done ghost pepper, but I have done habanero pepper. You should so do like a review video of it, Mr. Dennis. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of spicy drinks. Like this comes up every once in a while. We just talked about it a little while earlier this morning. I like spicy food. I love spicy food. I love to challenge myself. I even signed up. This is a long time ago before Buffalo Wild Wings fell apart. They had a contest every Monday during like football season, and I signed up to be on the panel to try their hottest stuff. You have to sign waivers for. I lost. But I lost to a Marine, so I feel like that's a good person to lose against. But I love spicy food. Is my point. I don't like spicy drinks. It doesn't. My brain doesn't. It doesn't work for me. Yeah, a review video. Just do it. You can edit it for 4 hours until you're semi happy with it, and then post it and walk away. Set your phone down, walk away. So the Nature Promise, I ordered it off of Amazon, I believe, but you can buy some of their stuff there in local grocery stores. They don't have all the flavors there, obviously, but you can get it at grocery stores. But you can buy it off Amazon as well. Wild Turkey Stings whiskey. So I love me some Wild Turkey. It's a good drink if you're on Southwest Airlines. And your choices are Jack Daniels or Wild Turkey, or if you're making, large amounts of like old fashions, you just want a decent whiskey to throw in there. I've never seen a pepper Wild Turkey though. I'm gonna have to look for that. I'm gonna hate it, but I might. I know you're a fan of Jack. I'm getting Wild Turkey over Jack every time though. And it's an airplane bottle, and it's like, so I don't care about the turbulence. That's the only reason it exists there. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I don't know. Peppers. I don't know. It doesn't work in my brain. It just doesn't work. It doesn't work. Whew. You've obviously never been on a Southwest Airlines flight. Yeah, it's hard to see on the shirt because I obviously printed the wrong color, but I have a bunch of different like meat types. I need to like reprint this one or redesign it. But all the major meat types are like surrounding this meat. If you want to buy an awesome T-shirt, I have an Etsy shop. What a day! What a day! Should be a lot of fun. I hope all of you have a wonderful day. It is Thursday the 13th. If you're just jumping in, say hello. I don't know where you're from unless you tell me, and I would love to know. I make mead every single week, every single Saturday. Come out with a brand new batch of mead. Batch 120 comes out this Saturday. Never replicated a recipe, and I've never missed a Saturday. You know your terminology. Good morning. If you're just jumping in, hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Old Gods Meadery. Last night, I was live bottling mead. This is my lemon blueberry mead that we bottled last night live. I tried it out. I'm sorry. I tried to repost it this morning. I will try again later. TikTok is not allowing me to do so. It is what it is. It's stuck in processing again. So I'll try to repost that portion of the video if I can later today. If not, come back next Wednesday. We're going to be starting a new batch of mead next Wednesday. I've done a bunch of different maples. I did a maple blueberry that turned out phenomenal. Phenomenal. New Orleans, good morning. Chocolate cherry mead. How did you make it? Did you use chocolate nibs, chocolate powder, cocoa? What did you use? I love chocolate. I know it's a little girlish. I love chocolate. It's my weakness. I love chocolate covered cherries. If I was on death row and they're like, okay, you just finished your 90-ounce steak. What do you want for dessert? I would say Russell Stover's chocolate covered cherries, both dark chocolate and milk chocolate, please. Nibs, but I've never made a great chocolate mead. I've tried nibs. I've got a couple batches going actually right now that you'll see in the future. I've tried cocoa powder. I have never come up with a mead that I was really happy with chocolate-wise. So we'll see. I'm still trying. A fireball with a shot of wild turkey? I mean, sounds like a good night to me. Whew. Good morning. If you're just jumping in, give me a follow. I make mead, and I show you exactly how to do it for free, including the recipe. Every single Saturday, I show you exactly how to replicate everything that you see here. It is 7:55. I'm going to start my closing out speech, though. I think all you guys know I make mead every Saturday. So come back this Saturday. It's the most manly mead you're ever going to see. I'll be live again Sunday morning, 7 a.m. To kind of see what you guys think of the mead, the manly mead for Father's Day. Also, I'll try to go live spontaneously where I can between now and then, but the next scheduled one is Sunday morning, 7 a.m. About that time, I'll be posting on Saturday, the most manly meat ever. It'll be out first thing Saturday morning. I cannot wait to show you. It's going to be exciting. And yeah, and then next Saturday is your Norway-inspired mead. So that'll be a lot of fun too. And then 3 weeks in a row of the United States. I'm going to show you my July 4th mead. I'm going to show you the last color in the color category I'm doing. I'm archiving that whole series. But it is related to the United States, so stay tuned. That is at the tail end of June. And then I'm going to show you the United States mead, which is the first week of July, I believe, which will round out the peak of the summer, the United States in general. It's going to be awesome. So, I think that's it. And then my new schedule starts. I'll still be making a brand new mead every single Saturday, but all the series will be different. If you have any pop culture ideas, put them in my pinned post. If I pick your idea, I will tag you across the process, and I will ship you a bottle of it when it's all complete for free on me. So, stay tuned. Yeah, thank you so much for letting me be here, guys. I cannot wait to show you what I have in store. Let me know if you need anything at all. Shoot me a direct message. I answer 100% of them. Go out of your way. Do it today. Go out of your way. Make somebody smile today that you don't know, a stranger. Make somebody smile today. And I'll see you all real soon. Skull, thank you so much for letting me be here. Have an amazing day.